I'm ill.
Well, I hope you're feeling okay. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna break down the brief. What?
I threw up.
Oh my God, Tree. All right, so it looks like we're on Lingor here. BLUFOR starting off in a small section. They're going to be the attacking faction. GREENFOR is going to be defending. 3 separate sectors here. Weirdly enough, we've got these additional... I think these are meant to be the zones, but they're also green, so it does throw me off a little bit, because usually for GREENFOR, you also see green as the start zone itself, so I don't think they're able to enter the zones themselves, but I think they're going to start in here instead. But we have a custom few areas here. A port, metalworks area, and a vehicle depot. And weird to see the black shading down, indicating there's some custom buildups right there. But we'll do a briefing, a breakdown on this southern area. We've seen quite a few rounds done on Lingor and Dingor in this southern section, and everything's on fire. GREENFOR spawn. Well, okay then. And Arcor will be joining us today as well for round 1. I completely forgot. He just showed up in the channel, and then I remembered. Ah, excellent. Arcor, how you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
Great. Now, generally how we do the initial setup is we'll... Oh yeah, don't mind Dream. He's having a coughing fit, probably because he was choking on dick, but besides the point. Usually we break down the briefing, and then we go over...
so long.
the sections, as well as the few notes on the game mode. Then we go over players on both sides, giving some inferences of their past experiences and why you should root for X, Y, and Z, that factor. So, do you want to read the...
I'm going to do the background without
You want to do background? Okay, good luck. Go ahead.
After comprehensively wiping out local law enforcement, Victor Fernandez has expanded his operation in the island nation of Valverde. From his humble beginnings as a tyrannical, exploitative cocaine empire to a full supply chain of military weapons and ordnance to the highest bidder in Latin America. His latest racket involves stealing US weapons from seaborne convoys, modifying and removing all traceability from them and selling them to revolutionaries currently rampaging through Cuba. The US government has been angered and is sending the 75th Ranger Regiment, BLUFOR, to take control of Fernandez's supply chain, seize the stolen weapons, and stamp out the menace once and for all. In preparation, it has bombed the airfield where his private army, INFOR, are holed up, which has wiped out all of their defensive hardware. Now they must rush to defend the key sites in their supply chain against a danger that threatens both their income and lives. Is this the end for Victor Fernandez? Area of operations. Valverde is a lush tropical paradise, and the AO, which features a river running through it, is roughly east to west. Roughly east to west. An airfield to the south and a small town where the objective areas are situated reflects this. Notes, there are 3 sectors: a port where the weapons arrive, a metalworks where they are re-engineered and unbadged, and a vehicle depot that houses and maintains the support vehicles for the whole operation. Mission rules: no climbing the crane in Sector 1.
The crane game is off limits. Alright, so quick note on the game mode. This is sector control. To simply explain it, the defending faction has multiple sectors, usually 2 or 3. Sometimes in a blue moon you see 1 sector to hold. Now, how they hold it is really, really simple. If they have 1 unit, at least 1 person, infantry, can't be in a vehicle, can't be in a static, they have to be physically down as an infantryman in this sector, which is these any of these highlighted zones. As long as they are within that zone and alive and not unconscious, BLUFOR is unable to take the zone. How they would take the zone is they would enter it as infantry to take the zone. So as soon as the last GREENFOR guy is either killed or knocked unconscious and BLUFOR has a person in the zone is then taken. If there's no GREENFOR in their period and then a BLUFOR member, or in this case an attacking member, walks in, it is also taken. So all they have to do is just play defense, keep people in the zone, and they should be fine. Sector control usually favors the defenders in that regard because it allows for a lot of not just defensive plays, but ways that you can stash people around. We've seen some pretty creative plays in the past, but we'll see how this round specifically goes. Arcor, do you want to go over what BLUFOR is rocking for the uniforms, loadouts, and assets?
Prefer not to, but thank you for the offer.
Okay.
based.
I'll go ahead and cover that. My bad, buddy. Let me know if there's anything you want to specifically cover, or if there's anything you want to bring up. Just feel free to cut me off. Otherwise, BLUFOR, we have them rocking, I said, for our core dream. Not
Funny.
You. Otherwise, the Scotland Forever will start.
No, please, not now.
Just joking, buddy. But otherwise, we're basically going to be seeing some BLUFOR Ranger kits made by Maz here. So your standard BLUFOR US styled stuff that we normally see BLUFOR take regardless. And when I say that in this sense, I mean they're usually US kits anyway. Otherwise, because they're running the Ranger kits, they get access to the scars on top of the Mark 18 Mod 1, which we usually see as a GL weapon for that underbarrel. Then Glock 17s as a secondary, support weapons being the 249 LMG and the 240 Bravo, 240 Gamma Golf. My bad, it's a Golf. Medium machine gun for the machine gunner rolls. Light anti-tank's going to be the M72 Law. Recon's going to have access to any version of the 2010 ESR, which is a bolt-action sniper rifle. And then the suppressed shooters probably get the Mark 14 EBR from RHS or the SOCOM 16, which are both 20-round 7.62x54 NATO guns that they suppress because they like to give the recon to suppressed shooter slots. And then the crew and aviation will either get Mark 18s or MP7s, which are pretty awesome submachine guns. Mat weaponry for BLUFOR is also going to be the Moz, and it looks like they get 2 shots per person. Usually they also have an assistant. So what usually happens is the guy with the actual Moz gets 2 rounds, and the assistant has an additional 2. Looks like they're mirroring that on independent side with the RPG 32, 2 rounds per person there as well. Otherwise, assets-wise, we got 2 light Polaris Dagger Jeeps. I think it's pronounced Dagor instead of Dagger, my bad. But these are just open transports. You can shoot from any seat except the driver with that Vic. You can also have a machine gunner go in the quote-unquote gunner seat, which is that center one, and shoot his machine gun from there. So you can turn it to a technical if you wanted to. It's just the weapon basically dismounts with the person. Otherwise, other assets, you did see a Little Bird over there, specifically an AH-6M. I believe it only has a single M134 minigun pylon, which is mounted on the left side. Also, I am seeing someone next to G-Legs, but it looks like G-Legs, no. Okay, so according to the roster of Hotel 1, because you always see air assets on Hotel, it looks like G-Legs is going to be with Reapers, which means they are going to have a co-pilot, which means they can use the camera on the Little Bird for scouting, which is very, very good to utilize because it can allow the air asset to kind of scout ahead. Also, I am seeing a GREENFOR crew member. I believe that's an admin who's with them. Probably from the GREENFOR side. Don't know what they're talking about there. Don't know what the issue is. Maybe something to do with the asset itself, but we'll see if that gets rectified. Sometimes you see the admins, if they're on one side, come to the other side and address certain issues, because once in a while something slips through the cracks.
Look at Bay and Falcon. Look at Bay.
Where are Bay and Falcon?
Delta HQ for info. Just have a quick look at them.
Oh no. I see. So Falcon is carrying Bay. They did the carry static glitch where they can carry someone in the static, and he's trying to pick Bay up and put him somewhere. That I think they're eyeing the top of the gas station. I wouldn't recommend fortifying a gas station, because we've seen what happens to a gas
This
station
could go horribly wrong.
when it takes fire. But okay.
This could go absolutely horribly wrong.
Yep, so he's enhanced movement, and he's going to go on the rooftop of this building, perhaps. Okay. Korvac trying to follow them, and is he jumping around on your screen, too?
No.
Okay.
They seem to be pretty steady now.
That was interesting. But regardless, let me look back on the brief tab here for assets. They also have some assault boats if they want to take a river approach. Because their spawn is on the river, so they can use those to immediately transport up. But I wouldn't recommend that, because that would play to a rush play, and you'd imagine GREENFOR would probably rush to the waterway to prevent a rush, and those ribs are very, very the opposite of tanky. They can die in a few hits and go down, so you probably don't want to see that in play. But otherwise, Quickly going over GREENFOR, since we have about 7 minutes remaining, we've gone through half our time. More kits made by Maz. They're doing the 2010 Rebel French Lizard camouflage, which is basically just some generic insurgents, I would say. Oh, they're good kits, cheek comb vests, pith helmets, and some M1 helmets as well. But they also have what I believe is the Syndicate uniform background, if not one by RHS that is of a similar design. Loadouts, they're going to be given 7.62x39 weaponry as well as AKS-74. So a mix of 7.62x39 and 5.45, PMs being their secondary guns. Support gunners getting the RPK light machine gun with the 45-round magazines, and then the MMG gets the PKP, which is 7.62x54, equivalent of 7.62x54 NATO. Lats are going to be the RPG-26 to mirror the M72 on BLUFOR. Recon gets the 25000. Scout gunners get either the AS-Val or an AKS-74 with 45-round magazines. It's an interesting balance choice. I think it helps keep it fresh. And then crew either get the PP-2000 or an AKS-74 as well. Hey, now. Asset-wise, they get the one little static here for AA duty to shoot down the Little Bird. Little Bird has no countermeasures against it other than mobility, as well as possibly being too close to the static to get locked on, or player incompetence without having to know how to lock on, which sometimes happens.
Okay, this is going to be completely off topic here, but you know, I'm already giving up on it, my existence at this point. I've got a poll running in my chat at the moment called Pizza ? Should I go for a Domino's, a local, or something different?
That's entirely on you, buddy. I'm not drinking tonight, therefore I won't get a craving for booze.
No, I mean, like, what do you think I do? Hell, it's like a poll. You vote.
Okay, I'm impartial. I hate decision making, so you're gonna have to figure that one out. No, you're not Bloodwayne. I don't make decisions for you. Go flip a coin. Watching Tackleberry try to jump to a church building from a plank he's made, and he is unable to do so. But I like the creativity we're seeing GREENFOR trying to do with fortifying buildings next to their spawn. I guess to overwatch the remaining AOs from up here, which is smart. It helps cover some of the big open areas, but it's one of those things where, no, I get why they're doing it. It's because this is the limit of their build area. They're not allowed to actually go in and fortify the sectors themselves, so they have no other reason to make these points, which is why they're making these positions. But they are a little bit niche. In the sense that I think BLUFOR is probably going to stay to the northern sides instead, because if they know that GREENFOR is stuck on the southern part, it means GREENFOR is probably fortified it to some degree. So why attack fortified positions when you can just go around on the northern side and bypass? But otherwise, let's go look at the AOs, and then we'll look at the rosters here. So Sector 1, Dream, Arcor, what are your thoughts on Sector 1?
Sorry, the floor. It is a floor. I'm sorry, I'm rushing here. Sector 1. Well, as they said, Sector 1 is is the port where they enter in all of the weapons, so it's not a bad area. You've got a lot of layers, a lot of steps, you know, normal stuff. Obviously, you can't climb on the crane, which is a bit of an interesting one because, you know, that would actually be a pretty good position. I can understand why they wouldn't put it in there. I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I think Sector 1 has some good positions for overwatching the riverway itself to deny BLUFOR the ability to rush in with those boats. In terms of foot race wise, I could see BLUFOR getting their boats slightly past this one little central island with the 2 rocks. That's not a position you want to be in, though. Because you'd be pinned by the time GREENFOR is able to deploy on this sector. But they could deploy super close with those boats, but then have no positions of cover to move in and probably get taken out. So I think those boats are a bit of a red herring personally, but I believe the port's main purpose is to help fortify against any movement from, you know, the direct route from BLUFOR. And based on where the positions of cover are, especially from the, if you notice if you look southwest on top of the objective, the railings offer a good bit of cover to fire from in the western direction. So that's a good spot. The remaining perimeter wall is also pretty nice. There are some positions where any faction could enhance movement on top of the wall and then ride the top of the wall to get over, but that heavily exposes them, so they could be then picked off. The only thing I'm really seeing a lack of is second story positioning to overwatch other directions. We see a little bit of it northeast and east itself with the one tower and then the big windows, and then the high-end areas within this big building on the southeastern side, which I could imagine a impromptu defense could be set up in there. But let's see, the warehouse, it's also big and empty. You could, I guess, hide in the cargo, in between the cargo crates, because these are the, I believe, the Huron containers that don't actually open. Not a lot of wiggle room in the actual sector to hide, but a few places that you could probably, you know, have a squad, have a bit of a field day on. So not bad for there. Sector 2. What are your thoughts on Sector 2?
Sector 2. Sector 2 is the oh, I'm sorry. I can't say it.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Is the metalworks, and I think it's pretty decent. It's got the walls that are scalable, so it's not really, the walls don't really mean much, and they've got a couple holes in them, but lots of tall buildings, lots of hard access buildings. Obviously we know, I can't actually remember which building it is. It's the
Mission has started.
It's the middle sort of beige one. You can't throw any nades through the little hatch there, so that's always a good thing.
So, mission has started real quick. I just wanted to point out,
Oh,
looks like we're seeing a massive infantry push. I'm not seeing any of the Polaris Jeeps utilized. Nope, I lied. There's one going to the north. Little Bird's kind of just flying around the formation. We've got 2 members of Platoon HQ moving up the river with the ribs, but we're seeing a majority of the force moving south, and then 1 squad's worth of force moving north to then head east, and GREENFOR is already starting to run in. But Sector 2, I think, is great because it has a few buildings where you can get on that's roof. Now, the one that already exists on the map that is on the left side of the small MSR that comes in is really open. I wouldn't recommend that. However, it is important to note that if you get into the small room up here, people can't throw grenades beyond this ladder. Even though it's an open spot, there's an invisible hitbox. So I have seen people in FNF camp this room time and time again, in which case the only way to clear it out is to put an explosive satchel and just blow the entire building, which it will go boom. But I know people like to abuse this room because people can't put grenades there. The other building, though, which is actually placed for the mission, this one I really like because you can get on the rooftop. It gives you a good amount of cover, and it will let you overwatch pretty much the entire compound except for the immediate west because that other building's in the way. It's got a nice perimeter wall. The one weakness is it has some immediate defilade cover for the enemy to approach from the north, as well as some trees, and it also has an overwatch position from the mountaintop. Quickly looking at Sector 3, because I think Dream just called BRB, and I'm waiting for Arcor to cut me off.
Yeah, I'm just BRBing because I need to restart because of my sound glitch.
Yep, I hate that glitch, but I understand, man. Third AO is pretty nice. It's got a perimeter wall. It's got some second story access, but again, it's really open. It's got the research complex, which is a really nice building to camp because it doesn't have a destroyed texture. Also, real quick, as I predicted, GREENFOR have gotten into positions, and it looks like the RHIB did not move past this one building. It looks like I can't tell if the lead driver was killed. He was not.
Yeah,
he got onto the other boat. Go ahead.
Oh, he did? Did?
Yep. Savan, who was in the other boat, he's in the other boat right now. He was able to bail out and get on there. But it looks like they made it, as I predicted, about towards that island before GREENFOR was able to set up and shoot at him.
To make them think they're coming on boat, though.
I would say it's not enough to make GREENFOR think it's a boat because they only saw 2 boats. And then the other boat turned around. They'll keep eyes in this direction, sure. But I don't think it was enough to really bait them. But I don't think BLUFOR should have risked a feint like that because that's just exposing way too many personnel. I'm surprised that Savan was able to even survive that, to be perfectly honest. Because, again, those boats are really easily destroyable and really easy to pick off. But
They have BLUFOR X-ray in position. They might be able to catch the independent pushing up there for a B, look like.
But it is GREENFOR's X-ray team as well, so we might see some short-range marksmanship action or some short-range suppress shooting action. I think GREENFOR is doing a great job to get up on this hill so they can kind of lock down BLUFOR's movement to the north. However, there are some blind spots with the defilade, specifically to the northwest, where the MSR goes north and then west. Hooking west, excuse me, that BLUFOR could have units to move right on top of where BLUFOR already is with X-Ray, to put them right next to GREENFOR X-Ray's position. So I think we're going to see a short-range firefight, but that is 4IB versus AA. Who's on 4IB here? Is Stark in here? Yes, he is. Let me guess. Stark is the marksman? Yeah.
Oh. Well, they just lost that advantage of concealment.
See, I'm concerned. Who took the shot there?
That was Lolo.
It was marksman rifle. That would be.
It was Lolo.
Lolo, yeah.
Ooh,
That was a
Lolo
bit-
actually has like a ghillie suit going here. But
That's quite surprising for Lolo to see a shot there, because that is just a dangerous shot.
see, he fired at Bravo 1, though. No, excuse me. That Bravo 1's further back. He fired at the Pepega Pirate members that are east of Sector 2. Because he's scouting out their position right now. So that's where Rufus, Guzman,
Stark's gonna sculling.
Flux, and Guy
Ooh.
Fieri are. Now to my chat, apologies that we didn't cover the individual players. It's just a lot to go over here, unfortunately, but we'll get to it for the rest of the AOs. And MSR means main supplier,
Just
main
the
service route. It usually means the
little
biggest
cutaway.
road in the AO,
I've currently got a
which
poll going on
technically
to
would be
choose
this.
my toppings.
Oh my god. Just flip a coin.
mu-
That's what I do.
Mushrooms.
No, because I let the chat decide what.
Oh, yeah,
Stark has fired a shot.
Oh, that landed either in Fred or next Fred. Someone got shot. I think it was Dingo. That's a lot of blood, though.
Yep.
But please, anyone listening, come
And
and...
now we have Charlie for BLUFOR firing up at GREENFOR Alpha.
Choose my
They're taking
toppings.
some flanking fire, though, from GREENFOR Platoon HQ and 2600K from across the river.
Oh, boat, I think, got bait rushed in. Yeah, they did. They started the engine and let it go.
Yeah, they're launching boats and keeping the engine on to freak GREENFOR out. That is...
That's a good strat.
That's pretty smart.
No,
Wow, and they're,
that is
people
right.
are still
Just keep
shooting
bombing
at it. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, if they put an explosive charge on it, detonated it, watching GREENFOR come in, that would be brilliant. That would actually be brilliant.
It would kill 26, like right.
It
like-
would, yeah, no, and a satchel would have killed 2600, but that alone, that action is honestly incredible, because that's going to distract GREENFOR, because I think there's a naval push. Like what Arcor said earlier. I get it. That's awesome. 200 IQ play. I love it. I'll write that one down. But I always... Falcon says to look at Bay again. Oh, God. So I have been informed to go look at Bay. They've put Bay on top of a fountain with the AA turret.
It's pretty based.
Dream, I hope you get shot. But look, 2600 he's gotten in. I think he's going to turn the engine off. Yep. Turn the engine off on that thing. I'd love to see an explosive trap play, like just to one-off that. And then when they hear the engine cut or see someone go up to it to shut the engine off, they death the charge and get a free kill. That's just dirty. God, I want to see it now. So right now we're just having a lot of outskirts fighting. It's mostly with the main force down to the south. Harudu just got knocked out, I believe, by Night Owl. Grav has been knocked out for a while. GREENFOR X-Ray pulled back. They're pulling back to the previous position that was being engaged by X-Ray BLUFOR before GREENFOR X-Ray took a few shots on him. So I think BLUFOR is now going to try to look for a flank ability here, utilizing their main force attacking the southern districts to see if they can bait GREENFOR to send in QRF into that region to hold it, thereby weakening their holds on the objectives to allow for BLUFOR Bravo to then go across the river and snipe that position. But 2600 is now firing at them from across the river south. He's got a pretty nice position under this bush. I'm surprised that he saw these guys at Scandi Recon here. Also, no, it looks like he did get a hit because I'm seeing some blood over here. So great marksmanship by 2600 for a red dot. But Also, small side note, Whiplash has officially joined Scandi Recon, so I'm no longer going to call him an SOG dev. I will just refer to him as a member of Scandi. But, yeah, 2600 only has an iron, little one-times sight with his AK there. That's some great marksmanship. Meanwhile, BLUFOR, it looks like Delta was trying to be that flanking force, but they have been held by 1RW here, who continues to fire up on BLUFOR's position. As we see a medium machine gunner suppressing really, really far out. I think they see movement over here, but there's nothing actually there. So a few phantom contacts there for BLUFOR, but that's only causing them to be out in the open, to be engaged by this GREENFOR force. You're also seeing BLUFOR doing a cast run on that position. I'm now looking over to see if Bay aggro's on that little bird, but nope, it is too far away. And there's a thick line of trees between Bay and the little bird, so he's not going to be able to get a lock. Otherwise, BLUFOR starting to make some ground, but they're going to start having some CQC building to building. We got Norris. Actually, they're being pushed by GREENFOR. Norris getting taken out. And Despo here trying to counter. A grenade is thrown. It's a thermite grenade. Interesting choice for GREENFOR there. Ooh, otherwise we got Vagrant. He's run up. He threw an explosive satchel on top of BLUFOR. No one's noticed.
Shit.
He's gonna get them all.
Where was this?
This was the southernmost side.
Two.
Multiple BLUFOR casualties. Vagrant making a run for it. Navy trying to cut him off.
Vagrant's just suppressing
That was a
right
great play.
now. Oh god, he got two of them. And then downed Green Thumb, but Green Thumb managed to get back up. But Green Thumb's lost a lot of blood.
I think some of the bodies stopped some of the explosive from hitting the rest of them. Vagrant getting some great shots on Navy and crippling him.
Navy, though, responded with a GL.
But Vagrant, I mean, that was a great play to make. More GL's going, but Vagrant keeps low. He won't take too much damage from it. Nemesis saying it wasn't a satchel. It looked like a satchel, though. It was a thick green texture.
It was definitely a satchel.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
the
was.
demo block would be a block, but I will admit, like, it seemed to have, like, a demo block range, not a satchel, but the explosive crater would also be smaller. But I think it was just the terrain bugging out, to be honest, because that should have gotten all of them. Because you can, FNF has it rigged so you can set charges and satchels to be thrown. But I feel like a satchel should have killed all of them, to be honest. I've seen satchels go off. It's usually a lot bigger.
Right with the body part.
Yeah,
The body
I
actually
think it was just the body block,
withstood.
which normally you don't see, but I think something just glitched out there, because that should have been a deadlier explosion. But hey, at the same time, still a great play, and it's completely slowed down that Overwatch element from doing any flanking, thus allowing BLUFOR to only maneuver on the northeastern side, and you're seeing GREENFOR starting to adapt by setting up some dynamic defenses here. We're already seeing them pulling back with smoke. The one issue is some BLUFOR players that might try to intermingle, such as Cholt here, and cut off those plays. But we're seeing some airstrikes coming in with that 134 pylon. Burt trying to fire at the helicopter, but not doing much. And Vagrant now able to fully pull back as the rest of these guys are stuck on medical duty, because that satchel would have at least hurt.
Well, HQ keeps sending boats in. It's funny to see.
Ooh, Bay's
Oh,
moving
they're
the...
sending another one.
Bay's moving the air. Yeah, the helicopter's staying just perfectly away from Bay.
2600 now turning to look at the Phantom boat. He's not even going to waste his ammo on it this time.
Second Phantom boat.
Fourth.
I just love this strategy.
Because the engine will be running as well, and that's just...
Yeah,
gonna
it's a
really
distraction.
loud.
So 2600 now going up to turn it off. But God, they could blow him up if they put a charge in there and just set it on like a timer. If they timed like when the first boat went, they could just put it on a timer, not relying on the explosive charge. Speaking of explosive charges, Sanchez just got blown away by one. Is Cholt an engineer? Cholt, I think, just used an explosive trap to try to bait these guys. Now he's throwing some thermite grenades up. Good play there too. I'm liking the explosive plays tonight. This is just round one. But quickly looking back, looks like BLUFOR is going to try to find an angle to cross, but I think GREENFOR knows about it because they're starting to set up defenses to the north. I'm a little worried for GREENFOR, though, because they don't have a lot of men on this southern side. BLUFOR still has a big chunk of players. We need to see another Maskaz event or two to ensure GREENFOR's defenses on this area, but it looks like it's a little too fleeting. That 134 is pounding Bird.
So the Bay's attempt, or the AA's attempt at, you know,
Yeah, they're trying to
get this
move.
helicopter has just gone really wrong.
They have it exposed right now. I think they're going to move it to a more open area here, because if they had it, he should be able to get the lock on that little bird right now.
Oh, yeah, that little bird's getting closer. This should be
Yeah, he
perfect
should be able to get
locking
the lock
distance.
here. He just has to keep it on. He's lining it. The Falcons line it up for Bay.
I think Greg's
should
gonna
have it.
just escape.
No, he should have it at this range.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, this is quite surprising from Greg. Maybe he thinks it's been taken out?
He's
Does he haven't
testing
heard
it
anything
right
from it?
now. Yeah.
What a little bird it is, it takes longer to get a lock on onto a small target.
Yeah. And Falcon's shooting at a Hunt IR thing that's been launched to make it fall down quicker. Good marksmanship, because you saw that immediately fall down quicker, and now he's immediately going back to his other duty. Good call.
Right. I don't know, maybe did Bay not see him, or did Bay not?
No, Bay
was
sees
getting
it.
off?
I'm watching him move it around as the Vic's moving. He just
Can he not
cannot.
get- He looks
He
pretty.
can't get a
like-
lock because Arcor is right. Smaller targets do take a longer time to lock.
It's 800 meters view distance.
Ooh, that. Yeah, they might not even be at the render range then. Yeah, no, that little bird is barely on the outskirts of his render distance. That's why.
Is that- That's the that's the Strela, right? How long does Strelas take the lock?
Anywhere
regular?
from like 6 to 15 seconds, depending on the target. But I think it's Arcor's right. It's because the render distance is limited to 800, which it says in the mission variables. So yeah, it might just be outside of his distance itself. So Izzo has gotten behind a few more guys. We saw another explosive trap go off by Vagrant. You can see the crater and 2 dead BLUFOR. I'm ashamed I missed that, but that's exactly what Vagrant needed to do. He got 2 more kills out of explosive. Izzo going down because he fought a fortified position.
Both squads, both like teams are quite mixed right now. Like they are away from each other. GREENFOR have lost just a lot of guys from this, like, just continued push from BLUFOR, and I think BLUFOR are doing really well at just taking down their defense one by one. Oh, Greg found the
God, the
boat.
helicopter just killed the boat.
Yeah, GREENFOR was coming in with a
No.
boat. What are
No
they
more boat
doing?
plays.
No, but that was GREENFOR taking the boats. BLUFOR have abandoned it. I guess they
Oh,
were
so-
trying to use the boats to maneuver, and Legs just decided to snipe the boat. Interesting turn of
Ooh,
events there.
Gazag and Tackle not cover. Oh no, they did. It's on unfortunate ground though, so Gazag and Tackle are in a pretty bad position.
So I gotta wonder if the static AA is being moved right now. They're gonna try to move to overwatch the river to potentially snipe the helicopter. But yeah, there's a nice long range engagement here. Gazag Tackle staying in their cover that they dug. But BLUFOR does not have a lot. Izzo just got double tacked by Jansen. But yeah, BLUFOR is about to have full reign into maneuvering in, and we still have the northern engagement, which looks like BLUFOR's taking a few casualties. Azariah seems to be down. But I think GREENFOR's starting to run very thin on their infantry now. They still have groups like Papega, some really elite players there. But we also have a lot of new faces, which I don't know how well they're going to perform. But BLUFOR still has quite a few of their members remaining.
Problem is, Korvac is one of the last like few on that line, so GREENFOR could lose their command quickly, and I mean we all know how
Look at
comms go.
yeah, look at the southern side. Look at this massive BLUFOR line where we've got DJ, Emzakov, Jib. Savan and Oddball now look to their north. You got Banks and Andrews coming right behind them.
Ooh.
This could be a game changer. Now, both of them seem to just be rifleman-based kids. Banks has a light anti-tank weapon. But if they could get behind this BLUFOR line, because they're not watching their north, there's no northern security with this group, they could do a significant amount of damage.
Are any of them a explosive specialist?
Nope, they're just riflemen. Now, the other 3 guys with them, they do have Maz, who is an explosive specialist. They got Ash and 2600K, who is a medic, but he's been doing some great marksmanship here with that that one-time scope. Ash doesn't have any AT on him, so I assume he's either an assistant or he's already spent his AT or dropped it, which is more likely because he might have just wanted the mobility as a rifleman instead.
Oh, Oddball might be about to run straight into Banks and Andrews here by accident. Oh, I think... Oh, no, Oddball didn't see him. Banks has got his gun down. Sven doesn't see him.
Sven went guns up. He's looking. Banks is spotted and engaged by Sven and Oddball at the same time. He is taken out.
Taken down.
Enfiladed fire, yep. Sven going high. That grenade did damage him, cripple him.
Sven.
But, yep, this blind sending of troops to the north.
Bad nade from Oddball there, but it might actually work out in his favor.
Yep, that wounds Andrews. Another grenade going out. Andrews spotted by Broken on a building to the rear. And picked off as more people start opening up on him. So, great static defense.
Executed.
Yeah, great security by BLUFOR there, though I don't think that was intentional. It was just a matter of, okay, let's move here. Oh shit, there's bad people here. So, lucky. Very lucky. Otherwise, the south seems to still be just a mix of CQC. To the north, we have 3 GREENFOR members part of Delta HQ that are going to start sweeping this hill. Who are those people? It is Arma, Jesus, Kane, and Michael. Of course, it's Pepega doing something ballsy like that. I would say them and Scandi are the 2 groups that are really capable of doing something with this small of a force, but having that much of an impact. They're going to be fighting X-Ray first. And X-Ray does not have any security here. They're all looking to that hill because they are not expecting GREENFOR to pull this maneuver. But if you fight either Scandi or Pepega, you need to expect shit like this.
I just noticed Korvac is dead, so we'll have to see how comms go as best we can from Johansson. Janssen? I don't know. Trying to fire up at Vexen, but Olaf and Misfit are right next to him.
Michael just picked off a member of X-Ray to the north.
Damn. Oh, here comes Olaf.
Grenade going right on top of Seismo, but it was mainly on a tree. And now you got these 3 members of Pepega moving in.
Look at Janssen. Oh. Oh, Olaf might walk right into that.
Wow.
Grenade, he does.
Seismo taking out Michael.
Leia's trying to see through the window. Leia climbs through the window.
And there's the kill by Leia. Now it's just Night Owl in the sector.
Ooh, ow, what
Night Owl's
a kill
medicating.
by Leia.
That was a good pick off through.
Yeah. Surprised she managed to climb that window though. So 26, Maz and Ash have been spotted, but 26 managed to get somewhat close. So 26 has a really good position here.
The rest of BLUFOR X-Ray is starting to pull away to where Bravo is, as they're pursued by Kane and Guy Fieri. Schnuffles was just picked off from afar. Solek also getting hit. Yeah, GREENFOR continuing to move up in that direction after BLUFOR knows that there's forces coming from that direction. Not the smartest play, in my opinion. Korvac in my chat yelling he's sad because he walked right into him. Oh. Sorry, Korvac. Look how Solvek doesn't care that he's under fire. He is still going to try to bandage Schnuffles, and now is taking more fire. Fire's going over him. I think it's 2 different shooters. One firing over and one actually trying to get the marksman shot.
So like leaves no man behind.
And Solek is taken out.
Rip.
All right, so meanwhile, BLUFOR X-Ray is regrouped as only 3 members. Hold on.
Damn.
No, 4 members.
Bravo is pushing Good push there.
Mountain got taken out, and Lolo also got taken out, possibly by the GREENFOR controlled mountaintop to the south.
That's a huge waste of a ghillie suit right there.
Yeah. But it looks like Arma Jesus now moving one way. I misidentified Arma Jesus as Guy Fury earlier. My apologies, but now Kane is following suit here.
Oh, Greg is getting awfully close here. But they haven't got it set up.
I think there's been enough sufficiently here. GREENFOR might be able to hold against BLUFOR if we see a few more Mask has events, but it was looking a lot more in BLUFOR's favor earlier, but that has turned around.
Hmm.
Kane staying up on the ridge, looking around, seeing if BLUFOR made a bank for it. He didn't see that the X-Ray members just stayed low instead. Gotta be careful not to overexpose himself now. The direction he's going, he might be shown by Sam, but no, he pulls back. Meanwhile, Tali and Kotharus are unaware that Scandi Recon is right next to them, and Scandi has a bunch of other members with him today as well. So there's a full-on squad.
Oh, God.
A lot of
This is
room
a
for GREENFOR to do
terrifying
some
squad.
significant damage, but these are some of the best of the best.
Oh, God, this is a terrifying squad. Oh, Colfer? No?
I'm sorry, Lolo, you are Italian. I'm sorry that I
Gonna
think you're
walk right
Czech.
past him.
Yeah, they're gonna walk around each other. Kane and Arma Jesus have regrouped towards the south. BLUFOR's looting their dead marksman's body. They haven't noticed the two guys coming over the open doing some pretty severe skylining, but they're just simply not at an angle to spot them. Meanwhile, looking to the south, BLUFOR still regrouping. But GREENFOR are starting. I just watched a GREENFOR guy die. That was their explosive specialist, which I believe was Maz. Again, picked up by DJ and Blom. You got two other GREENFOR guys maneuvering south. That's Stark and Dryden.
Oh, Bravo got spotted.
BLUFOR Bravo spotted.
Oh,
Yep.
Anyone-
Jesus engaging him.
Ah,
oh, Yanni died.
probably picked up by Arma Jesus.
And Periton's down.
You're fine, Lolo. It was a good round.
Not looking good for them.
Yeah, they're getting ambushed here. GL going in. Don't know what... Oh, it went far. That's why. Now we need to see Kotharus and Tali get on their rear and start picking people off methodically.
Oh, it goes out. Missed.
Wow. No, it did not. Little Bird would have lost its tail rotor there with that rear hit.
No hull damage, so it's not going to explode midair.
So if we look at GREENFOR under assets here, they have 2 rounds of 5 mags, so they have 8 more rounds.
Damn.
Meanwhile, BLUFOR
First
pulling back.
one.
They're going to pull right back into Kotharus. Kotharus opens up on Flying Finn as 3 guys are literally walking right on top of him. Kotharus in a really bad angle here. I think he just realized he's being flanked. You got Tali now firing at Finn and Shy.
Oh, that's a really nice nade. Coffers.
Oh, blows up in his face. I think the
Really
bush helped
saved him.
redirect some of that shrapnel. Now you got BLUFOR firing GLs into their own advancing units as Kotharus and Tali are pulling back. Kane has pushed up aggressively as Arma Jesus overwatches, but now BLUFOR is looking in this direction. I doubt Kane is going to have a lot of maneuvering room here, but in this... Okay, so he spots K and is immediately picked off by Nafs. Again, he didn't have a lot of room to maneuver because BLUFOR had already turned around and started engaging them, so Kane was able to easily be picked off, which is quite unfortunate.
Oh, here comes Tolly with that silenced Deus Vow.
Oop, you got Fred and Dingo coming up to Arma Jesus' position from the rear because they heard his opening gunshots. Tali also pulling back, but if X-Ray is able to pick off Arma Jesus and do Overwatch in this position, they could take out Tali as well. Wow, it's not...
Fred gave him away.
Wow. Jesus fighting for his life against Dingo. Takes flanking fire from Fred. Jesus now quickly getting behind the rock. Quite a few hits there, but Dingo did get knocked out.
Oh, that's a good nade by Fred. Oh no, bounced off the rock.
Yep, and Jesus had already severely displaced, realizing he was in a 2-to-1 firefight. Dingo failing his wake-up check, so he is not going to be able to wake up without any medical attention, which Fred is a medic and could provide But Arma
But
Jesus, I
Arma
think,
Jesus
is going to go for a very
flank.
wide flank here. Yep, that's what Arma Jesus does. Flux now attacking the main force from a different angle. Tolly coming up as well. Sorry, go ahead, Dream. I'm in the zone.
Say, this Bravo squad has just been, it was so big, and now it's just been completely shattered.
It's pretty much a bait ball right now as people are coming from a bunch of different directions and taking them out. Flux moving in, killing Shy, but Flying Finn now trying to maneuver up to Flux's position, but Flux quickly pulling away. Looks like he's reloading a fresh box as well. This is the thing about Papago. When you have them individually attack an enemy force in a really high-density situation, such as a jungle or a urban environment, they are really good at moving in, killing a guy, pulling back, and then attacking from a different angle. If you let them coordinate with each other, or even if their coordination is completely broken, this is what they do by default, which makes them so dangerous in these types of situations.
So
Now,
Falcon, I was just gonna say Falcon pulled his AA on top, and I think he just found Marlon.
Ooh.
Who is it might be Marlon because he hasn't got a name tag, and obviously Marlon is the Zeus.
Tolly coming in, dumping a bunch of stuff on everyone there. Arma Jesus coming around. He might spot Fred. Hearing some additional gunshots here. I think that was on Tolly. Meanwhile, BLUFOR still maneuvering in. We got Trident and Stark to the south, potentially trying to cut that off. There is Arma Jesus firing up. Fred was able to get Dingo back up, though, just before Arma Jesus was able to give that Seismo. Running down the MSR. Might spot Arma Jesus here as he goes up. Arma Jesus just focusing on grenades right now. Seismo spotting Jesus running back. Cripples Jesus and gets the headshot as Jesus pulls around. Really great play by Seismo there. A little lucky to get that leg cripple shot, but he was able to then capitalize on it and get that headshot as Jesus tried to go prone and turn around.
Might be going straight into a death trap here.
BLUFOR was able to corner and take out
Falcon's gonna have a
Tolly.
perfect shot on him. Falcon needs to get that locked before he gets blocked by the building.
I think he's going to get blocked by the building. Yeah, just taking too long to lock in. Meanwhile, Pert knocked unconscious as Vince and Coda start moving in. This northern group still has enough. No, they don't. Fighting these remaining 4 GREENFOR guys, they don't have enough to successfully breach the on their own. However, the southern attack is the most important right now. That still has quite a lot of BLUFOR guys, but it is looking pretty even on the number advantage right now. Could still swing either way, but GREENFOR having that defensive advantage, it could be major. Flux with this PKP, though, I'm a little worried.
Let's say that.
About BLUFOR here because they're starting to stay in this bigger group. So if they try to take on Flux with multiple guys at once and trickle in on him over the course of a few seconds, that could give Flux enough time to start methodically taking everyone out. There goes Flux. He is now firing. Naf's now firing on Flux's position.
Oh.
And he gets shot at by multiple angles.
Flux
Naf's able to
does
knock him
get
out.
someone. I don't know who Flux got there, but he did get someone.
Yeah, went 1-1, which at this point, GREENFOR just needs to do that because it is a bit of a nullified number advantage. We just saw another explosive gone. I think that was on the chopper. Chopper has completely lost its tail rotor, but it looks like its engine's still okay.
I'm surprised. What hit him? There's no way it
Nemesis,
was
remind me,
Falcon.
looks
That's
like
way too
Flux
far.
got Cullis there.
It was Igla.
Oh, who had an Igla?
It was the static Igla turret.
Really? No, that's way too far, is it not?
Let me look.
Look where Falcon is.
Yeah, it would have been on the edge of his render distance based off where the explosion happened, so good call for Falcon.
Have Ash here. Oh no, Dryden, sorry.
Ash, Dryden, Stark still on the rear line. BLUFOR sending a small team over. It's a 4v4 here. A little worried about BLUFOR sending in these small teams. They could defeat themselves in detail, but they're quickly sending in a much larger force to reinforce. At this point, we could see BLUFOR defeat GREENFOR in detail because they're evenly spread out across 3 sectors. GREENFOR, again, really needs to get some people behind BLUFOR's line. Do what they did similarly to BLUFOR and X-Ray, but have a similar, if not greater, success rate.
Because directly on the other wall from Vex in here.
Timing-wise, there's 18 minutes in the round, but based off of BLUFOR's position, that's still plenty of time. Now, we still have some heavy hitters on GREENFOR, such as Bay and Falcon. Cake here as well, but is it going to be enough? I think the research building holdout over at Sector 3 is also going to be a pretty good defense for GREENFOR, because this building, you cannot blow up. You are forced to come in and breach. It looks like they have a really good strategy set up here for defending all of these different areas, so I'm really happy. Literally, everyone is watching a different door. Perfect. I love it. And they've got one extra guy to go reinforce the secondary door if things kick off. And they got Parka here over in the gatehouse building, just kind of watching around the windows to alert when they need to be on their A game. So I really do like that defensive setup.
Gazak goes down.
New community there, but they've been doing a good job.
Ezio, by the way.
Seen who? Ezio?
Ezio.
Yeah, he's hiding in the truck, isn't he? He's going to be in the back, right? Prone?
He's under the truck.
Oh, he's under. Under is a little tougher to call here for him because he's a little more exposed on the ground level. If he were to actually climb into the back of the truck, which you can do with some trucks, and lay prone, he'd be a lot more hidden. But we do see that play time and time again with an FNF, so I'm not surprised that we'd see that. But look, see Persian sees him immediately because of that range. Isn't able to line up the shot, as he was able to deliver multiple headshots there to kill him. So good call there. And now...
Olaf throws a nade over. That might just be... Oh, Ezio saved there.
Looks like Shrapnel hit him.
Shrapnel probably did hit him. Meanwhile, BLUFOR Bravo is attempting a breakout maneuver as they are contending against what was Coda, Vince, and Novix, but it looks like Vince is the only one staying put as the other two pull back. BLUFOR X-Ray, meanwhile, crossing the river to get on top of the hill to try to overwatch the remaining AO as we have 60 minutes remaining on the clock. Bayant killing off someone who was with Broken DJ and Emzakov, and now he is in a mansion building, basically holding against 3 people. DJ putting some shots on Bayant there. I don't see any blood, so it looks like it was clipped in the hitbox. Bayant immediately returning fire to DJ's. Emzakov now starts firing from a different angle, but AT from DJ coming into Bayant's position. Oh yeah, that's a lot of blood there on the floor just below the building there, so good call on DJ to do that. As we're starting to see Sector 1 taken. Ezio's climbed off from under the truck, and he is now going aggressive. Being shot at by Olaf, takes multiple hits and gets knocked unconscious, unfortunately, as he turns the corner there. So it's up to Swola and Naders to hold that one building as we have 15 minutes remaining. BLUFOR, meanwhile, providing some close support. Looks like they got their tail rotor repaired in a landing so they could stabilize to do low rounds like that.
Greg is actually staying very low here, which I think is on purpose because he knows the AAs around here. I'm still very confused of who this random GREENFOR next to Falcon is.
Ooh, Blam trying to get up high to take out Naders on that high area. Naders running out of ammo because it's a 10-shot SVD. Blam taking his handgun out to try to finish him. And he actually gets him. That's Sector 1. Great play by Blam there.
Looks like Sector 3's to action zone right now.
Meanwhile, BLUFOR starting to breach in Sector 3. They've killed the gate guard guy. They're firing up to the north where Novix and Kekir and Vince were. I don't see Kekir alive anymore. Now they're probably going to start systematically breaching the building. Navy's going to solo breach this, popping a fresh mag as he reloads. Not the best idea. He quickly backs away. He's starting to systematically breach in. Ooh. Newton puts some shots right over Navy's head, quickly forces him to pull back. Bad frag.
Really?
Uh-oh, Satchel, but that's not going to do anything because this building doesn't explode. Let's see what it does. Yep, nothing.
Nothing.
That is the power of this building. Grenade crippling Navy. Green Thumb now throwing grenades in over the window. That's going to land right in Ruffles' face. He quickly pulls away. That grenade still the shrapnel ricochets and hits his feet. But great defensive play here. And we got GREENFOR Coda now coming in. With a fresh box, he might try to flank around and eliminate these guys as they breach in. Green Thumb now going in. Unfortunately, Ruffles was bandaging, so he didn't cover his angle. Hawk now trying to counter. Ruffles needs to get up and hit him. And there's Ruffles because he ran right into him.
Here comes Navy in bar.
Yep, they're throwing grenades. Great play by Navy there. He gets knocked unconscious by the grenade there. Another grenade being put right in front of Ruffles' face!
No, oh no.
No! Oh my god, these grenade plays by BLUFOR! Great! Absolutely great!
Ouchies.
That's completely thrown this defensive posture into a ruckus here. You got Lintz and Macaster here. They've pulled back to this back building here. And Blar is staying low as Hawk now covers this individual doorway. Smoke being deployed in here to obscure everything. Meanwhile, Bay, it looks like he took out DJ. It's just Emzakov and Broken in that one building as Bay flanks to the south. More grenades being thrown. That took out Macaster. And there's another shot on that little bird. And then a follow-up shot. Leg's trying to stabilize it.
Oh, how has he done that? Oh, no.
Oh, no. He's trying to fly high. How is his engine still alive? Those rounds must be defective.
Falcon gets back on, probably.
Oh, there's Macister. It takes like a solid 30 seconds to reload those. He must be annoyed, though, because he's gotten so many good shots on that little bird, and it hasn't freaking died.
Sam could kill... Yeah, look, Sam's got a... Sam with the snipers might get a shot on Falcon. No, he's got the tree blocking him. How's Greg not done? He's been hitting the tail twice.
He got spot him.
Front too. I saw that.
Jib just picked off Bayans as Bayans killed Emzakov.
There's only one BLUFOR left, and he's doing some clearance.
Ooh, gets the angle because he was overexposed.
The guy who was in the door just opened it, and Bar just saw him.
Amazing. Probably heard the door open, immediately turned and took him out.
No, he was staring at the door, and the guy just opened it.
Even better.
Surely Greg's fuel got hit there.
And he's able to land it all the way on the outskirts. They are doing some quick repairs. With 2 people, they're able to repair it twice as fast.
Now the fuel tank is the most important thing there, I think.
All right, I'm going to call it here. It's 11 minutes. I don't think time's going to be a factor. We have too much BLUFOR down right next to the 2 remaining AOs. It's going to come down to the PvP. But BLUFOR has able to systematically turn this around in those remaining few fights on the actual sectors themselves. And now they have a very definitive number advantage here. It's going to be really tough for GREENFOR to turn this around. Not impossible, but...
I would say 73 BLUFOR winning.
Huh?
70%.
70%, yeah.
Wins. Yeah.
And we still got some great players. Falcon trying to eliminate Sam here. He's going to go aggressive. As Sam has the sniper. That long-range grenade throw wasn't close enough.
Bar still gets a bunch of rounds from midriff, and then he goes down.
Good call by the defenders there. Ooh, someone. Ash just took someone out.
No, Ash almost took someone out.
No, okay, so Broken, if you look in front of the supermarket building, there's a dead GREENFOR guy there. I believe either Jib or Broken were, they killed that guy, and then Ash started engaging them. They were able to pull back to cover. Falcon being really aggressive, trying to take on Sam, who only has that marksman rifle. He's making a run for it.
Ash fires an LAT into Broken's building.
Oh, man. And here comes that little bird coming back in.
Sure. Falcon just decided fuck it and just left.
Yeah, he's trying to kill Sam.
I'd be quite annoyed at this point.
And now Falcon's shooting up at the little bird. I think he got crippled by that run too. There's Sector 2.
Oh, Sector 2. If you're Falcon at this point, you're probably just really annoyed.
Yeah, with everything.
But haven't we seen that same little bird take the same amount of shots as before?
It's taken 4 4 missile hits, and it's still okay. Yep. Coda getting a great shot on one of the BLUFOR guys. Another BLUFOR guy going down as well.
Oh, Oddball just got killed. That is command down for BLUFOR. But honestly, I think it's too late for it to make any much of it.
I think he was part of that group. Coda still staying up there. Might be able to lock down a few more players. Falcon taking Sam out.
Or knock him down.
Honestly, if we see Coda, Falcon, and Ash start playing as 3 individual players to eliminate the rest of this BLUFOR push,
here comes the ender.
That's going to play in their favor, but we got the remaining elite troops from Bravo starting to push in. There's only 2 defenders here. Dryden's also joining the fight. I think there's just too much for the remaining GREENFOR players to deal with, unfortunately. Shuffle's getting taken out by Coda as well. Loki, I guess, medicing or looting on that remaining body.
Ooh,
AT fired in. They're trying to blow off the... They're trying to blow up the trucks, but it looks like they're set to invincible because I don't even see a damage texture.
Was it a rocket?
Like one.
That was, yeah, light AT. Loki trying to crawl away, Coda trying to pick him off, but Leia overwatching with that marksman rifle. Puts another shot out there as well. Yeah, more grenades going into this compound. Yes, they need to capture all the sectors. There's only 1 more remaining, 8 minutes left. It's going to be handled within the next 3, though. Another explosive going on this building, but again, it doesn't take that.
To trade Markster and Chismo. is now just Linz and Dryden left.
Explosive charge gone in. It's not going to do much. If Falcon gets on this Overwatch vector, did he take the gun? No, he's sticking to his rifle.
That demolition right on top of his front leg.
Yeah, but again, because of this building, everything's set to invincible, so they're not going to be able to get that breach. Dryden being engaged by the Little Bird.
Falcon taking shots out of Yander.
Yep. Taking some return fire from Burton and taken out by Burton.
Killian down, I think Dryden got him.
Yep, Becky. Unfortunately, Dryden taken out by G-Legs and the Little Bird. It's up to Linz. Ash and Coda. Coda's dead, no, Coda's alive. Ash is dead.
Falcon's dead as well.
Yeah, he got picked up by Burton as he was trying to snipe Yander.
No, I think this is it.
We're gonna see GG.
I do think that chopper should have gone down.
Yeah, it's... I don't know.
Because it's done it before. I swear we've seen that same chopper just...
They did repair it.
They kept repairing it. I understand that.
I thought there's damage carryover in Ace. So if
there
something gets
is. They only
damaged,
repair it up to a certain point, but
yeah,
they can still keep repairing it back up to that certain point, which is why I was able to take 4 rockets.
I don't know.
Coda killing Olaf there. His position's being fired up by Vexen, who immediately throws a grenade. Coda doesn't know where that engagement was from.
There's definitely a damage carry on because you can see the helicopter is still damaged.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely just should have gone down by
But still, again, they can only repair it up to like 70% health. Plus, they might have opted not to repair the hull fully to instead get back into the fight.
It's very inconsistent and things goes up and don't anymore.
This is like a 2v11 or 12 right now as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and there's a 13th guy in there, so. But you know, minus the fact there's a co-pilot, minus that there's a dude. Yeah. I don't see a 5-minute hold by Linz. There's too many guys here. They're systematically clearing everything. If Coda were to get back in the AO, maybe. Coda just killed a guy that tried to run up to him. But Coda needs to run back to that AO, but he's not going to be able to do it because it's all open territory. He has to eliminate all those BLUFOR guys there. So it's going to take him like 3 minutes to get in here. And as I say that, he is knocked unconscious. Finn now breaching with that 240 Bravo. Oh, that's going to outperform Linz. Grenade being thrown inside. Smart thing to do. Shrapnel hitting Linz. He's going to ignore it. Another grenade going in. Poor Linz. Counters the breach. Knocks Finn to his feet. And actually, as Finn adjusts, he gets headshotted. Burton now breaching. And he gets the kill, and that's GG. Close game. Very close game, mind you. But that is a BLUFOR victory. I think the real losing factor there for GREENFOR was they did everything right except the actual PvP. GREENFOR spent a lot of its assets harassing